When storing lots of data in Excel, it can sometimes be useful to put it into a table. Adding a table to your Excel spreadsheets will give you extra functionality, such as the ability to sort and filter through your data, making it easier to pick out particular entries from a large list. You can of course use the default sort and filtering options that are built into Excel, but by adding a table into your spreadsheet, it will convert your data into a table, making it easier to manage later on. To insert a table into your spreadsheet, simply highlight the data you'd like to turn into a table, doing so by clicking and dragging over the data. And once you've done this, head to the Insert tab and select Table. And you notice here we can also do this using the Control and T keys on our keyboard. Once we do this, we'll be shown a Create Table window, and it'll ask us where the data is that we'd like to use for our table. And you can see here with this dotted line, it's automatically selected the correct data. And this was helped by the fact that we highlighted this earlier. You'll also notice there's a tick box here asking us whether or not our table has headers. In this case, we can see we've got the item, stock, and price headers, so it does indeed use those headings. So we'll now hit OK. And you can now see Excel's changed the way that our data looks to include drop-down boxes next to our headings, as well as a nice banded color blue look here on our table. In addition, if I select the table, you now see we have a Table Design tab that's appeared. This is a dynamic tab, meaning it will only be visible once the table is selected. If I click elsewhere on my spreadsheet, you'll see it now disappears. These dynamic tabs are very useful and they will give you contextual options, but as mentioned, you will need to make sure you have a cell or item selected within the table to be able to access this dynamic tab. From within here, you can see we have a few options such as summarizing with pivot tables, adding slices, and changing some stylistic views, but we won't cover those in this video. So as you can see, that was very straightforward to add a table into our spreadsheet, and from here we'll be given all the various functionality, including, as we mentioned already, the search options and the sort and filtering options you'll get from the drop-down boxes in your headings now. Obviously this is just a small example, but if you have a long list of data, adding a table into your data can make it much easier to manage down the line.